Good morning, guys. I haven't washed my face or anything, so sorry about that. But I ended up last night, did a rough edit of my vlog, and then I woke up early this morning. Actually managed to finish editing it and getting it up like by 7 a.m. I actually was listening to a little bit more of the audiobook for Slated. So I think I'm up to chapter 40 now, so I'll work out where that is. I only listened to about 20 pages, so I have that much left to read today. Today's my errand day. Basically, I will have a fair bit of time to read today, so I'm hoping to really dig my teeth into some books. And the one I really want to finish today is Middle Game. I am so excited for this. I hardly know what it's about, and every time someone brings it up into a video, I literally have been muting the screen because I don't want to hear anything. I just want to go in blind. For me, sometimes there's just books where I just know I want to go in blind, and this is one of them. I really love books being unpredictable. I really love the story being unpredictable, and that's why I do that, because I just don't want to hear anything and I just want to be surprised and enjoy the ride, basically. And Middle Game is for the challenge to read a book in the same spot, so I'm going to read it in my bed. So that's why I'm going to stay in bed for a little while. I have made myself a tea and I'm just going to read for a little bit. And I forgot to say that Slated is for the challenge to read a book that you were meant to read last year. There's also a badge for read a 5-star book, and I reckon this could be a 5-star book. This or The Poppy War are the most likely out of the bunch, I reckon. Something I didn't say yesterday is I'm actually in the middle of quite a few books at the moment. I always read 7 books at once. It's a long story. I'll tell you the books that I'm in the middle of. The first book I am in the middle of is A Curse So Dark and Lonely, and I am loving this so much. I picked this up for the book Junkie Trials. It's one of the books for my Mage Path, but I'm also reading for the Mage Path Treasure Island, and Treasure Island I have to finish before I finish A Curse So Dark and Lonely. So that's why I haven't marathoned it. I'm currently 240 pages into A Curse So Dark and Lonely, and then for Treasure Island I'm 131 pages. I am liking this. I really like the writing. I really love the old-fashioned descriptive writing that are in classics, but I think with this I was expecting more adventure. It's more about the mutiny. I don't know, I was just expecting this to be more of an adventurous read, and it just doesn't really feel like that, and I'm not really strongly connecting to the story. And I think it's also one of those cases where I know the story, so it's I know what's going to happen. I know they're going to get to the treasure, and I'm just kind of waiting for it, and the rest of it it's not really holding my interest. I would really love to try and finish these this week, even though I'm attempting to read 7 books. I just want to be ridiculous. Just wanted to tell you guys that it started raining outside. What is this? I just feel so at peace right now in my little happy spot. I don't want to move. I'm so comfortable. I'm gonna start Middle Game now. I have my tea, the perfect weather, my comfy bed with all my pillows. Happiness. So it's much later in the day now and it's evening time and they've just released the challenge video. So I'm going to do it now, right here. I've already watched the video. So basically the challenge is I have to tell you 2 truths and 1 lie. And you have to guess out of the 3 which one is the lie. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hold up 3 like OG YA fantasies and you have to tell me which series I didn't finish. So I'm only going to be holding up the first book and I've read all these, but you have to tell me which series I DNF'd. So this is going to be interesting. These are books that I all read in high school, so they are quite nostalgic to me and I just thought it would be kind of fun to do them. So the first one I have is Vampire Academy by Michelle Mead. The second one I have is Twilight, and the last one is Fallen by Lauren Kate. You guys have to tell me in the comment section below which one of these series you think I didn't finish. I'm really curious to hear what your answers are. Okay, so reading update. I actually have a lot to update you on. First of all, where I left off, I was reading Middle Game. I've read about 100 pages of this and oh my god, it is just amazing. You know when you just start reading a book and you're like, this is going to be a new favorite. Like I'm not even 100, I'm just about 100 pages in and I can already tell I don't know where the story is going to go. And I said earlier, I love stories where I just don't know where they're going to take me. And this is definitely doing that. I was going to read more than just about 100 pages, but I kind of regret choosing my bed to read this book because as much as I love reading in my bed, I also get really sleepy and I usually like move. So I'll start in my bed and then I'll move to the couch. And then I might like go down to a cafe and read that. But because with this book, you have to read it in one spot the entire time, I can't do that. So I'm just going to obviously not, there's not enough time in the day left, but not finish this today. But I'm going to read it throughout the rest of the week. The next thing I have to update you on is I did finish Slated this morning. I think my final rating on this book is going to be 3 stars. Yeah, I did really enjoy this book. It was a really good book actually for a readathon because it's so fast-paced and easy to read, but the ending was just underwhelming and I was hoping for like some big reveal. I'm still going to continue the series, but yeah, I thought it was going to be at least a 4-star at one point and yeah, it ended up being a 3. The next thing I wanted to talk to you about was another book I started today, and that was the Guernsey Literary and Potato Peel Pie Society. I started this because this book is the book I'm reading for the challenge, to read the book and then watch the movie. I kind of had a little bit of an epiphany earlier today. I should read this because I didn't want to leave it till the last minute and then not have time to watch the movie. I want to watch the movie during the readathon. So I've been reading this and I literally only have like 100 pages left. It's not a long book. I'm on page 156. Oh my god, it finished on 256, so I literally have exactly 100 pages left. So I'm going to definitely be finishing this tonight. This book actually was really hard to get into. It's told through a series of letters, and all the letters are either from, to, or about this girl called Juliet. And Juliet is this sort of struggling writer, and this whole story takes place post-World War II. Basically, she ends up getting this letter from this man who ended up owning a book she previously owned, and he figured out it was her book because it was labeled inside with her name. And so he's contacted her and he wants to read more by this author, and he also tells her that he's part of this like literary society, so he's part of this society. And then eventually all the other people in this society start contacting Juliet and they start building a relationship. It's really nice because they do build a relationship on their love of literature, and obviously as a reader that is something I can really relate to, so that was really nice to read about. The whole story is letters. It was really hard to remember who was who. You're not given any descriptions of these characters, like physical and even like personality. You only have what their letters say, so it kind of took me a while to figure out and adjust myself to memorizing everyone. So like I said, she was a struggling writer and she's looking for a new like subject to write about, and she's going to start writing about this
society of people because they were all under the occupation of the Germans during the World War II. This is when they founded their society and really grew to love and appreciate books, and reading took them out from the terrible situation that they were in. I'm really enjoying it. I really do love World War II stories.
So I've just put a face mask on because my skin's been having a lot of issues lately, and I'm going to read Middle Game while I just soothe the skin. So it's the next day and I fell asleep last night. I got really tired and just like didn't even have the energy to do a ending clip, so I'm just going to do it quickly now. So last night I did manage to finish the Guernsey Literary and Potato Peel Pie Society, and I really enjoyed this. I really loved the focus on relationships in this. Like, there's a lot of different friendships and how people connected through books and stories and how they use that to overcome trauma and difficult times. I will say though, it did take me a good 100 pages to get into the story. I'm not entirely sure what I want to rate this. I kind of want to rate it a 3.5 or like a 3.75 stars. But I don't know if I want to give it like 4 stars in Goodreads or 3 stars in Goodreads. I guess it should be, I don't know, I wish Goodreads did half stars. I will be watching the movie later on in the week. And then I did read a little bit more of Middle Game, but I just got so tired that I wasn't taking in the words, so I think I'm gonna have to go back and just read what I read. And then I did read a couple chapters of A Curse So Dark and Lonely. The chapters are really short, so it was only like 25 pages I read. But I love this book so much and I'm really in the mood to read it. So I want to try and finish this at some point so then I can finish this. Anyway, I'm going to leave that there. Sorry this vlog wasn't the greatest. I'm going to work harder on the next one. Please let me know how the reading rush is going for you, and I hope that you're enjoying whatever you're currently reading, and I'll see you next time. Bye!